The kids from Woonsocket, Rhode Island. Mount St. Charles Mounties leading by a score of 4-0. Coach Bill Belisle stands on the corner right at the end of the bench. I doubt that he'll move from there. The 61-year-old coach surveys and watches while his two assistants, David Belisle and John Robitaille, are up and down behind the bench. David Belisle said the only time his dad will move from that position, Mike, is if things are going bad. The two assistants handle things. He said if you see him move, you know we're in trouble.
Well, with 13 straight state championships, I would think he doesn't move very often.
No. And only, I believe, once in his stretch of coaching has his team lost more than 6 games in a season, regular season. That was his initial campaign when they lost 8. You know, the success that he has had, 92% winning percentage, and immediately Mount St. Charles is called for having iced the puck to open up this second period. Talk about these two schools. Mount St. Charles has an enrollment of 850 students, and LaSalle, as you look at their coach, Tom Sheehan, has an enrollment of 1,040 students. LaSalle Academy opened in 1871, and there's a scoring chance taken away, and a good defensive move by Dennis Sousa. LaSalle gets back in time to play the puck they ruled. Mount St. Charles in forechecking. They can't hold it, and moving out with it is Tad Sand. That's it for his defenseman, Kevin Conway. And it's cleared right back by the Mounties. Loose puck in the center ice area. Murphy with a cross ice pass here. Trevor Hansen on left wing got checked. Kevin Conway all over him, and the puck is cleared around the boards again by Tom Sheehan. And we've got a call coming. An elbowing penalty being called by referee Ray Grant. And it appears that
Trevor Hansen.
LaSalle Academy is going to get the man advantage.
Well, they had one power play earlier, Jiggs, and had a couple of good scoring opportunities. But again, you know, we can't stress enough. Down 4 goals against a good, solid defensive team. You have to capitalize on power plays. You have to capitalize on those good scoring opportunities. You know, you listen to Billy Belisle, and the reason for their success this year, we have an overall good defense. If we play good defense, we have a good chance of winning. And right now they're doing that.
The penalty duration is 1.5 minutes. And look at that. Low shot. And LaSalle is on the board. Eric Nowak with a pretty goal off the left side. Certainly one that Jason Pinto will be thinking about later. He maybe lost sight of his goal post, maybe lost the net, but that one beat him clean.
Now, especially we talk about Pinto being a good angle goaltender. That time he might have been just a little too much on his stick side. Here's a look at it. There's Nowak almost from the boards. Real tough angle. Just catches the far corner. Now look where Pinto was. Just a hair off too much to the right. I don't think he even realized he was that far off his angle.
58 seconds into the second period. 9 seconds after the penalty on Hansen. And LaSalle Academy has cut the margin. It's 4-1 now. They have Mount St. Charles back in here with some good forechecking. Teams back at 6 aside. Mounties unable to clear it out of the zone. It's shot right back in by David Dupont. Now they try the right side of the ice. Chris Davis can't clear the zone. Another drive from the point. Blocking glove saved by Pinto. Puck went up into the screen. The mesh back of the goal, so play is called. But that's got to be a big lift. The goal by Eric Nowak has given LaSalle some new hope.
Is this...
He's a member of the student council. He's just scored a big goal for his team. That's Eric Nowak of LaSalle Academy.
Wearing the same number of his idol, Cam Neely.
Not a bad hockey player, Mr. Neely. The puck pushed along. That'll be a hand pass called. They'll face it off again in the circle to the right of the Mount St. Charles goaltender, Jason Pinto. Little guy that we talked about in the first period. Mike Amiccioli takes the face-off. Won the draw, but the puck comes outside the line. That's by Italian, Mike.
Excellent. You said it better than I did.
Amiccioli moves up through the center. The pass from David Dupont. He actually dumped it in rather than pass it in. That's something that LaSalle didn't do with authority in the first period. Once they dumped it in, they didn't get on it. Back and their heels. Another long shot. And again by Nowak, this time under the pads of Pinto.
Again, Jiggs, I think that was a great observation. They're a little more aggressive, even when they're dumping the puck in the zone. Here's the shot. Now, this is a nice shot by Nowak, right from the angle where he scored the goal. This time, Pinto out in the proper position, hits him in the belly, and he's able to hold on. But even when they're dumping the puck in the zone, they're shooting it in a little harder. They're going after it a little more aggressively.
Dave Farrell is at center ice, chases a loose puck here for LaSalle, and the shot is deflected to the far side of the ice. Aggressive work put up by Chris Murphy to tie up the LaSalle players. Now they hold it in, but Todd Fenn got checked. John Wallace tried to move it out of the corner. Got it back to Art Saran. Saran's shot is blocked. The puck went to Dave Farrell. The shot went on, is steered aside. Farrell on a loose puck. Plays it to the side of the net. They tried to set up Farrell, but John Wallace couldn't get the puck to him. Now comes back to Saran at the left side. Big slap shot. He scores!